Driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea, think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby, strike a pose. All right, guys, welcome to the live stream. I'm so glad that you're here. We're talking about my favorite subject, marketing today. Specifically, we're talking about the perfect marketing blueprint for travel agents. So if you want to learn the 3 biggest mistakes that I see the industry making, and when we do our consults and work with different people and all of the things, I want to share those with you. In case you're making any of them, then you'll know what not to do. We're also going to talk about the perfect blueprint for any travel agent or travel agency to prepare and plan your marketing. We're also going to talk about the 3 key steps to marketing and creating that perfect planning process. And I'm going to tell you how to win this guy in just a second. So if that sounds like fun, keep on watching. That's what we're doing on live stream today. All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. One of the reasons is because you have to be following us on YouTube to be eligible to win this guy. I'm going to tell you in just a second how to get that. Yes, that is a 50th anniversary backpack that is super hard to get. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see yesterday I literally filmed. I was in Florida this weekend. I filmed how fast they were flying off the shelf because they brought a new load out and they were like, whoo, whoo, whoo. It was hilarious. I got mine months ago for y'all because I knew I was going to do this giveaway. But at any rate, you want to make sure you're subscribed over on YouTube. If you're new to the show, I want to say welcome. My name is Cyndi Williams. If you're new, I've been in the industry for going on 30 years now. I know it's been a little minute. I own and operate my own award-winning, nationally recognized travel agency, but I'm best known for being the CEO of Careers on Vacation, which helps people just like you learn how to launch, grow, and supersize your travel businesses all over the world. So I'm going to start with this backpack because I know you guys are all excited about that. It's real easy. All you have to do is go to wanderlustceo.com/backpack and register to win, and then make sure you're following us on YouTube. That's it. That's all you got to do. I should put on this side so you can see. I mean, it's so pretty, right? We're going to have more pictures, and we're going to be having fun with the backpack all all season long over the next month as we do the giveaway. But we just launched the giveaway yesterday, so get your names in. And if you're watching on YouTube, and I'll later on Facebook, I'll put the link down for you guys too. So make sure you check that out. That's going to be a really, really fun contest. But today, guys, let's dive into the content, which is talking about a marketing blueprint for travel agents. And I want to do a quick quiz and just ask, for those of you guys that I can see are watching, do you have a formal marketing plan? Just type yes, no, kind of, whatever, wherever you feel like your marketing is, put that in comments for me. I love to get a gauge. And really, this is one of those things that's all over the map. When we do consults, sometimes we have brand new people that go through our programs and they want to become a travel agent, and they have marketing backgrounds, just like Melissa mentioned earlier. She had a background in marketing and came to us to do the other piece, and now she's marrying those 2 skill sets together. A lot of times we have great travel agents who are super great at their job, but marketing is like, they've never marketed before, and how would you know unless you know, right? So just gives me a feel of kind of where you guys are at. Let's start by talking about the 3 top mistakes that I see newer travel agents making, or travel agents that haven't fully embraced how to really get integrated into this online marketplace, which really, if you are a successful travel agent today, you have 2 hats. One, be a great travel agent. The second hat is understand how to be relevant in the online market space, right? In the marketplace, right? Online. And if you don't know how to do that piece, it's really hard to feed leads over to your core function, which is to be a travel agent, right? So the top 3 things that I see new travel agents or new marketers in our industry doing. First one is they don't have a cadence or rhythm. So tell me if this is you. Look, no judgment, because you're all in a learning process and a learning curve. But a lot of people will wake up and go, what should I talk about and put on my feeds today, right? That is not having a strategic marketing approach. If you're just doing impromptu posts, or you're just putting stuff out kind of by the seat of your pants and just, oh, that might be nice to share. Oh, the supplier shared this. Maybe I should share this. And it's just kind of like a hodgepodge approach to marketing, instead of you being in the driver's seat and having a methodical, strategic marketing plan that will support the types of leads that you want to sell the things that your agency or you as an agent sell, right? So I know it seems like one of those things that it's hard, it's a lot to think about, but I just want you to take it a little piece at a time. And the first one is you have to have a cadence or a rhythm to your marketing. Don't just, say, I'm going to post this today and that tomorrow. No, you want to have you're building a bond and a relationship, and you want to have a regularity to where you're posting, how you're posting, and all of your systems. And it's not just social media, it's what other marketing channels do you have in place? Like, are you doing things like email marketing? Are you doing things like out in the community doing shows? Are you doing things like direct mail, right? There's a million different marketing channels, but whatever you're going to put in place in your particular marketing plan, is there a rhythm and cadence to it? Don't put a half effort. I always say it's better to slim down the types of marketing channels that you're doing and do them really well than it is to try to do everything, right? Like, when's the last time you posted on Twitter, right? Or when's the last time you did if you did one TikTok and you haven't done it in 60 days, or if you posted on Instagram but you haven't done that in 60 days, it makes your business almost look like, where did they go? Maybe they're not in business anymore. What's happening? So really making sure you have a cadence, a rhythm, a regularity to your marketing. That's mistake number one, is not having that set up and integrated into your marketing process. All right, number two that I see is, again, that impromptu marketing versus a strategy. So we talked about the cadence and rhythm, but what I want you to think about when it comes to having a strategy, a lot of times I'll have people and they'll find like a pretty picture and they'll go, what should I say about this? Or you'll get the email from the supplier that they have something on sale and you just push out their marketing. Well, the challenge with that is that something you sell? Is that the type of leads that you're doing? Is that the type of marketing that's going to attract clients, right? So what I want you to do when you think about having a strategy, and just a couple of little tidbits and helpful pieces here, is you want to plan your marketing based on what you sell. Put yourself in the driver's seat. What do you sell? Disney? Do you sell cruises? Do you sell international? Do you sell wine tours? Do you sell adventure? Like, put yourself in the driver's seat and think about, is this in alignment with what I sell and the type of clients I'm trying to attract? And if it's not, then get it out of your system. Don't just fill your pages to fill your pages, because if you don't have quality content, you're not going to have engagement, and you're not going to convert traffic, which is another word for leads in the marketing world. You're not going to attract those leads and be able to convert them if it's just all over the place. The other thing you want to think about is the seasonality in your niches. So what I always have when we work with our students in Careers on Vacation, we do a very in-depth process. Like, it's a 3-week process to understand marketing, what channels are going to do, build their plan, put it together. But one of the key questions is, when do you market what when? Does say that right? What do I market when? That's a better way to say it. What do I market when? So the answer for that is gonna be different for every single one of you, because if you do African safaris, the when you sell that is a certain period of time in the year, versus if you do Alaskan cruises, right? Totally different seasons and it's not what you don't market it when people are traveling. You got to back it up 6, 9, sometimes 12 months. So based on that particular niche, what the two questions I want you to ask yourself is, when do they have the best availability and best rates for my clients, right? How far in advance is that? If you've been in the industry a while, you know the answers to that question. If you haven't, you might have to do some research on that based on what your niches are. But you have to back your marketing schedule up many, many months. And that is when you market that particular thing to sell and fill and add to your book of business that year, right? To get those bookings on the books. So think about that, the seasonality of your niches. What do I market when? And you just have to use that as kind of a guidance factor on your marketing plan. The other thing to think about is when this marketing comes out, right? Because we're thinking months ahead. Like this Valentine's set y'all see behind me, I put that crap together in October of last year. So when Halloween, everyone was out Halloween shopping, I was thinking about what I was going to say to you today and how my set was going to look, and the marketing pieces, right? Like this beautiful, that it all matches, right? Because we thought that up back in October, right? You see the pinks and all the things. Very methodical, very strategic, very in alignment with what we knew was going to be in February, right? We are in Valentine's Day time now. We're filming this February 2nd, right? But the concept for the show today, planning was back in October, y'all. So I want you to think about, when is this going to hit? Is it going to be Halloween time? Is it going to be Thanksgiving time? Is it going to be Christmas time? Is it going to be 4th of July time? If there's a season going on, it's a good idea to have a few lead-ins just to make your marketing like a little bit fresher, a little bit more interesting. It's a good idea to marry the season of what's going on. It makes it more relevant, and it translates better because people are they're thinking about Valentine's Day right now. So your post is going to get more eyeballs on it automatically. The other thing, when you're really putting together a strategy, do you have a clear budget? Do you have a clear budget of what you're going to spend on marketing? If you're doing all the free stuff, that's great. Those are things we train in our program, how to do all of the free optimization across all the different marketing channels. But once you get to the point where you're going to start putting some dollars in your marketing plan, have a clear budget. You don't want to overspend. You also don't want to underspend based on where you are if in your business. Like if you're already a 6-figure agent, you should have a very specific budget. If you haven't launched yet, you might have a smaller budget. That's okay. There's no judgment, but commit to what your marketing budget's going to be. Also, you want to have a clear testing period. Clear testing period in your marketing is really helpful because that's the only way you can tell if your marketing is going to be if it's translating or not. Do I do more of that? Do I do less of that? Don't make your decisions for marketing based on how you feel. Right? I feel like that did pretty good. No, you need data. So how you are tracking how your leads come in, how they found you, and how that goes into your CRM or however you're tracking it for your travel business. You want to make sure you understand if your marketing is being effective. That's how you make sure you don't, waste money. There's nothing you can waste money on faster than burning piles of money in your backyard for marketing, right? Like literally, if you don't know what you're doing with marketing, it becomes very frustrating very fast. How you prevent that is you track it and then you monitor it and make sure you're doing that. By the way, everything I'm talking about today, I wanted you guys to get a little taste of like the type of training that we do inside our masterminds. So I put this cool little piece together for you. My team, I gave them the concept. My team created it for me. It's so beautiful. It's the Travel Agent Marketing Blueprint. It's totally free. I'm going to give it to you today because I want to give you a sample of conceptually how we train you guys to do this stuff. So that's a great guide, and everything I'm covering today is kind of in that marketing piece, and it's going to also go over the next thing that I am talking about with you, which is one more mistake I see happening out there. I have to say the third one before we get into the blueprint, like the formula, because I'm going to give you guys that on the show today. The other thing that I see happening so much is not having brand continuity. I'm going to take these glasses off because I'm getting a little glare. Not having brand continuity. What does that mean? Like I said earlier, you're posting something from the supplier. Maybe you created something over here, and then you're posting something from Travel Weekly. Like if there's not a clear, this is Cindy's brand, or this is Susie's brand, or this is Fred's brand, you're not following the rule of marketing. So the rule of marketing says people have to see you and see you 7 times before they'll ever register or recognize your brand as a thing. But if you don't have clear brand continuity and clear brand standards, and what I mean is a similar look, a similar feel to your branding, and having that continuity from week to week and month to month, it's almost like you have to start that rule of 7 over all the time. And so many times I'll work with people and I'll do like an audit, right? Because our first week in the program, we do an audit with our clients if they have stuff started, and we'll go on, we'll look at their feeds and different things. And a lot of times what we'll see is they do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's more of that hodgepodge, but there's no clear like feel. When you see that, you know that it's that particular travel agency. So having that brand continuity is the third mistake that I see y'all making sometimes. That is an easy fix. You have to up-level your graphics. You have to up-level your brand standard. You may have to put brand standards in place, those things. And don't get freaked out if you don't have that marketing brain yet. I wasn't born with a marketing brain either. These are things that I had to learn over my 30 years in the industry, right? So give yourself some grace as you learn all of these terms and learn a little bit more about marketing. But I want to remind you, everybody can look at their stuff and say, does this look like the same company? Right? Like when you see something from Target, you know it's from Target because it's got the red again and again and again, right? If you see something from Origins is my favorite. I love their like skincare, right? And they have their cute little logo, and it always has a similar look and a feel about it. So audit yourself today and see if your brand is measuring up, or if you're making some of those mistakes, and then you can start on the path to say, how do I self-correct, or what do I need to do to get on a better path here? All right. Let's talk about the perfect blueprint formula, which again is going to be in here for you guys. And I'm going to go through a couple of tips, but we really elaborate a little bit more in the guide. So grab that. That will help you out. And when you get ready to do your next marketing plan, this will help you along the way too. All right, so the perfect formula. I have a simple 3-step formula so people don't get overwhelmed when they start their marketing journey. It is in 3 steps. You need to plan your marketing, right? That is the strategy piece that happens. That is making sure that you're identifying that seasonality, are you marrying the seasons? Are you doing all of those things that we talked about in the planning phase? What do you want to sell? Do you have other things that you're going to be promoting? Are there other campaigns you have going on? That all happens in the planning process. I'm not, going to make that mistake number 1 we talked about and just go source some things and start talking about stuff. No, no, no. All the planning happens first. Then, once the planning is done and you are clear on what you are marketing, what you should be marketing when, what season it is, how you want to envision the next quarter or the next period that you're marketing for come together, then you go into creation phase and you actually create the marketing. Now, there's different ways that you can create your marketing. Some people do it themselves. Some people hire graphic artists. Some people use, template sites and things like that. We are going to be revealing a huge cool tool next week, and I can't really talk about it because we're doing a huge launch. Make sure you tune in to next week's show because we're going to be talking about that. But we are going to be sharing a tool with you guys where it is done for you marketing, but you can add your brand standards, right? We talked about continuity. You can add your logo. You can change it to your brand colors, and voila, you have huge marketing bundles done for you. So I'm going to talk about that next week. That's a secret, and it's coming soon. I'm going to have a huge discount for all of our followers who are on YouTube and our followers here on Facebook. So that's coming. Make sure you don't miss that next week. But whether you use something like that or you're creating your own, that is creation phase, sourcing everything that you need. And there's a lot to source. If you are going to be posting on Facebook, how many times a week times 12 weeks? How many, because I really recommend you do like a quarterly marketing. So we'll talk about the last phase, which is scheduling here in a second. But in the creation phase, it's a lot of content to create. Are you going to be sending out emails? Do you have a blog? Are you going to be doing any postcards? Like, there's a lot to source. So after the planning, creation is all of the creating of those materials. And I like to call it like batch tasking, right? Like, I'm going to do all of this at once and then I'm going to be good for 3 months. That's what we train our clients to do in Careers on Vacation, how to do it, where to do it, best way to do it. So it's in a very efficient manner, and then it's running behind the scenes. But you're in creation phase, and that's what I want you thinking about for step 2. Then once everything is created, everything looks beautiful. You've looked at it from your eye. Does it have that brand continuity? Does it marry with this? You're kind of double checking and auditing it yourself. The 3rd step is you're going to schedule. So I am a big fan of automation, pre-scheduling, doing things in advance. So the systems in my business, having real systems in your business, will change the game. For those of you agents who are already doing 6+ figures and you're like, I don't have time, that's because you don't have systems in your business. I run 3 brands, and I every day shut it down at 4:00, and on the weekends family time, right? Because I have systems in my business. So when you get to that scheduling phase, you really want to automate as much as you can to pre-schedule and get that out. So this is part of like building your marketing machine. I know we're talking conceptually today, and I wanted to give you guys that perfect formula. That's what it is. Plan it, create it, schedule it. So, and of course in scheduling, there's a million different ways you could do that automation piece. So whatever's going to be right for you based on the different tools that you have in place already, that can vary based on where you are today in your journey. But at a minimum, I want you to start thinking about, how do I pre-schedule this stuff? So guys, again, don't forget to get the blueprint, and that will help you if you're new to marketing and kind of starting on this journey. And also, the other thing that you guys should really be thinking about if you want to take your marketing seriously this year, or you want hands-on help from experts or my team, you might want to think about Careers on Vacation. This is our 12-week mastermind. If you've been following the channel a while, you have heard about it. This is our most popular offering in our consulting company. This is 12 weeks where we sit down with you. We teach you not only how to be the most amazing travel agent, and if you're experienced, you can be on our experience track, but we teach you how to get those systems in place. How do you get your marketing machine in place? What's right for your brand? You can work with my entire team to understand how to up-level your brand and do all of the pieces and all of the things that we're talking about today. And that will help a ton of you if you've never marketed before, like how do you know, right? If you want to get the most amount of success out of your business this year, you got to market, guys. You got to be serious about it. So if that sounds like a fit for you and my training style resonates with you, go to careersonvacation.com/ready now, and we'll just have a conversation. You're going to meet with one of my team members. We'll talk about what your goals are for this year, and if we can help you meet those goals, then we'll talk to you about what the application process is for Careers on Vacation. But guys, I hope this was so helpful for you today. Don't forget also the Loungefly before you go. All of the things are happening. I'm going to be making some TikToks. Right? We're going to be, I don't know if I could do all the, it's like so pretty. I can't stand it. All right. The camera's a little close to catch all the views, but you guys get the idea. I would love for one of you guys to win this backpack, and I'm so excited to be bringing that with you. I know you guys always go crazy when we do the Loungefly and the Dooney and Burke and all those good things. So I'm going to check questions here real quick to see if you guys have any questions in the feed, and we will go from there. Oh my gosh, my Facebook has a delay, so hang on. Elizabeth says, love learning to love marketing. Yeah, and you know what, Elizabeth? It is like a learning process, right? If marketing isn't like your passion, it is a process to learn it because it's a lot. My best recommendation is take it piece by piece, give yourself some grace. If you're trying to DIY it, make sure you are getting those data points that you're evaluating, is the marketing working. Don't do it based on feeling, and don't take marketing tips off of feeds from just random places. A lot of times when we do our audits, we're like, well, someone said they had success with this, and I'm like, yeah, but you know that person? Like, are they? I always say, like, if you're trying to do things in a big way, find someone that is already being successful, and make sure you vet that process, and then try their systems or try their processes. In our case, we have launched hundreds and hundreds of travel brands, and so all of our systems and processes that we train and that we help you guys with have been tested not only in my agency but in the hundreds of brands that we support across the world. So just get started in marketing and be patient with yourself. That's really my best recommendation. But guys, I hope the show was helpful for you today. Don't forget to like, follow, and click over on YouTube. That's the last step to winning that Loungefly. And listen, wherever you guys are on your personal journey, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world, and I'll see you guys next week on the next one for that big announcement. Don't miss it. Have a great week, guys.
It's calling me, like the rainbow, It's calling me, like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
It's calling me.